All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All right, welcome to the biggest, longest running, and most trusted Philippine Business and Investment Forum, the Philippine Property and Investment Exhibition, or PPIE 2022. I'm Rain Dimalanta.
And I'm Vince Ang, will be your host for this two-day event.
Okay, so Vince, finally, it's been a while since we're not able to gather and host a community event. So this weekend, it is so special as it clearly shows that we're slowly getting into, going out of the pandemic. So especially here in the UAE, with the recent announcement that masks are no longer required, hello, for masks, it really sends a message of security, and thus we see the increase in consumer confidence.
That's right, Rain. Speaking of consumer confidence, para sa mga audience natin today, tomorrow po, we'll talk about the change of consumer behavior ng Filipinos. We conducted a survey way back during the Expo 2020 where we measured the change of the consumer confidence ng Filipinos post-pandemic. So we'll be sharing it again with you, all of you guys, tomorrow in my session po. I'll be sharing the result of the survey with everyone.
Well, that is actually exciting and something to be proud of, actually. And so, without further ado, well, I'm sure people will be excited to know more about that. And to formally start our exhibition, let me acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency, Ambassador Jocelyn Quintana, friends from the media, our dear sponsors, exhibitors and partners, members of the Filipino community, distinguished guests and friends, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome again to our 8th edition of PPIE. This exhibition is known to be the most reputed event in the region in Philippine properties and other forms of investments. PPIE will once again give you a wide range of choices on what investment to make and how to make it happen.
And of course, to formally open the event, let us hear it from a seasoned public relations and marketing strategist, editor, journalist, and social civic advocate. She has been the face and voice of several government, corporate institutions, and non-for-profit organizations. Was bestowed with the Asian Women Leadership Award, Female Leader of the Year, and Entrepreneur of the Year by Mead Awards, and recently received 2 back-to-back awards from the President of the Philippines and Chief of the Filipino Times, the largest digital news portal. Chief of the Filipino Times, the largest digital news portal for Filipinos in the Middle East, and the biggest free newspaper in the UAE. Friends, let's welcome on stage Dr. Karen Remo.
Her Excellency Jocelyn Quintana, Philippine Ambassador to the UAE, members of Diplomatic Corps, our esteemed sponsors, exhibitors, our friends from the media, and our partners who flew all the way from the Philippines to be here in Dubai. Very much welcome to Dubai. Our friends from the Filipino community, friends from all over the UAE, our visitors, thank you so much for coming. Good afternoon to all of you. After 2 years of wearing masks, I'm very happy to finally see smiling faces again and new friends once again. To be honest, yes, we were postponed not once, but twice. But here we are, PPIE, the largest Philippine International Investment and Property Forum, Investment Expo, is here, is back, bigger, better, and stronger. But this would have not happened without the overwhelming demand of Filipinos and international investors who are very much willing and very excited to invest, or at least learn how to invest and save. Now, we have made a recent study asking 3,800 respondents in the UAE. This survey was highly publicized and mentioned in international media, in the UAE media, and the Philippine media. To mention, we are in Azalea Reuters, we are in Philippine Star, the Filipino Times, Khaleej Times. I mean, just look at the newspapers and newswires and you will see the story. What does the survey say? We asked 3,800 Filipinos. We asked them, did your salary significantly increase over the last 5 years? A whopping more than 65% said yes. This is amazing because the pandemic doesn't seem to dampen the spirit, the soaring spirit and purchasing power of Filipinos anywhere in the world, but more specifically in the UAE. Probably that boosts in the purchasing power is the reason why in the same survey it shows that 8 out of 10 are actually looking and keen to invest over the next 12 months. What is the #1 preferred investment? Property. What once thought was a very difficult to achieve asset is now the #1 goal of every Filipino in the UAE, followed by entrepreneurship or starting your own. I'm very much happy to know that there are fellow entrepreneurs like me who are looking at investing in their own. #3 would be life insurance. People would like to save for the future and also safeguarding their lives and their families. And 4th is mutual funds. Please check our report. Just Google it and you will see all the result of the survey. This is a big leap compared to 2014 when PPIE was first launched. When we asked a lot of Filipinos, 2,000 Filipinos at the time, and only 2 out of 10 was actually thinking of investing. From 2 out of 10 to 8 out of 10, that's an actually big leap for all of us. And I would like to say thank you so much to our sponsors, exhibitors, and partners for partnering with us in this CSR initiative to help change the lives of our fellow Filipinos for the better. Much better than when they first came in here. So we have pulled in the best of the best speakers. We have pulled in the best of the best brands. Please feel free to visit the booth. Please sit back and relax, and please enjoy the presentations that we'll be offering to all of you, free of cost, but of course not really free because people have really invested in this event to just be in here. And most of all, I would like to say thank you to the following. RLC Residence, our gold sponsor. Our silver sponsors, Ayala Land, Double Dragon, Federal Land, and Greenfield Development Corporation. Our official airline partner, Philippine Airlines. Our exhibitors, DMCI Homes, Santa Lucia Land, Houselands, BPI, Remata, Pisopal. And to my beloved and super hardworking team at New Perspective Media Group and the Filipino Times for working day and night and always with smile. Thank you so much. We have prepared a great program to all of you for 2 days, today and tomorrow. And I'd like to formally welcome everyone to the 8th edition of the Philippine Property and Investment Exhibition. Let the Investment Expo begin.
Thank you, Dr. Karen Rimo, for that heartwarming welcome remarks. Now, to give us a message of inspiration, let me call in the highest Philippine official in the UAE. She is a career diplomat. She served in the Philippine diplomatic missions in Beijing, Washington, D.C., Dublin, Muscat, and now Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates.
Prior to her appointment as the ambassador of the UAE, she was the assistant secretary in charge of the Office of the Middle East and Africa Affairs at the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs. She has a BA Political Science, a master's degree in International Relations from the University of the Philippines. She also has a Master's of International Public Policy degree from the School of Advanced International Studies at Johns Hopkins University in Washington, D.C. She took diplomatic studies in Oxford University in the United Kingdom. She assumed the ambassador to the UAE in August 2018 and made it her top priority to expand Philippine-UAE relations in many different fields of cooperation.
Friends, please help me in welcoming on stage the Philippine Ambassador to the UAE, Her Excellency Ambassador Jaycelyn Quintana.
to be the fastest growing economy among the ASEAN countries, and therefore a prime investment destination. The return of the Philippine Property and Investment Exhibition here in the UAE is a mark of the Philippine economy's recovery and resilience as the world emerges from the grips of recent world crisis. I know that UAE is beginning to take a hard look on investment prospects in the Philippines. During some high-level bilateral meetings held during the World Expo Dubai, the UAE noted the success of the Philippines' Build, Build, Build campaign and the movement of significant amounts of capital to the Philippines, particularly in the property sector. This was a key deciding factor why the Philippines and the UAE are currently engaged in negotiations for a comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, or CEPA. The Philippines being among the first few countries after India, Israel, and Indonesia that such free trade agreement is being initiated. Also this year, the Philippines and UAE signed an Investment Protection and Promotion Agreement, a landmark agreement that further goes to show the UAE's confidence in the current economic stature of the Philippines. I laud New Perspective Media, or NPM, headed by Dr. Karen Remo, for being the partner of the Philippine government in highlighting the strengths of the investment climate in the Philippines. She filled up the vacuum by providing private sector leadership to tap into the many opportunities for cooperation between our two countries. Karen, you do us proud. Keep up the good work. Thank you for consistently putting together this event and in bringing to the UAE our major Filipino developers. This is a great service to Filipinos in the UAE. And there are many who are wishing to wisely invest their hard-earned money in property. Now on its 8th edition, the PPIE has become an avenue where all OFWs can pour in their hard-earned money into worthwhile investments in the real estate and investment sectors. Who else can we turn to but to our kababayans abroad if we want more people to invest in our own country? You already are aware of your role in sustaining the Philippine economy with your remittances. Latest Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas figures show in the Philippine investment. At the end of the day, Filipinos in the UAE dream of returning to the Philippines when they retire. Nothing will make me prouder than seeing my kababayans settling once again in their home country, able to live comfortably from having decided wisely in the investments they have made in the Philippines. Ultimately, in investing in property in the Philippines, you are actually investing in the future of our country and contributing towards building our nation and building a bright future for yourselves and your families. Mabuhay ang PPIE at mabuhay ang Pilipino. Salamat po.
Before we start the session this afternoon, we are inviting everyone to visit the booth of New Perspective Marketing International to get to know more about the newest value for money real estate marketplace, remata.com.ph, and learn about the latest mobile app, Piso Pal, a personal savings and investment app specifically made for beginners in investment. And also, for those guys who have cars, we also have limited I Love the Filipino Times car stickers at the Filipino Times booth near the registration area.
All right, for those of you who have visited the Filipino Times booth, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that we have a lot of branded items like the reusable bag, the mugs, we have pens and all that. Lahat po yan ay pwede nyo mapanulunan mamaya. Kung kayo po ay nakikinig ng mga sessions namin, magtatanong po kami sa inyo. At kung kayo po ay makakasagot, maaari po kayo manalo ng gold, ng iba-ibang appliances at mga gift items from the Filipino Times and of course, New Perspective Media.
Yan, sobrang easy lang yon. All you have to do, guys, is just listen to our sessions. We have our sessions until this evening. And very interesting topics, if I may say. We have the agenda by the registration area, so you can check it out. And so feel free to also visit our exhibitors and our sponsors for PPIE 2022. And,
All right.
Okay.
Now, are we all ready to dive in the details of the real estate industry and investments? I hope you are, because we are now about to start our presentations. Our first topic
will be coming from our gold sponsor, RLC Residences. We will be learning about ready for occupancy.
Having us and giving us the opportunity to be here. My name is Chad. I'm from RLC Residences. It's my first time to be in Dubai. Dati dumadaan lang ako sa airport, but now it's my first time to actually go around. So, nakikita ako last night for a little bit, and it's a really amazing place. So, before I go into the topic, I wanted to take a little bit of time to introduce who we are, because it's our first time in PPIE. Out of frame. Thank you. So, we used to be known as Robinson's Luxuria, Residences, and Communities. But back in February 2021, we all merged to become one brand. We are RLC Residences. We are the residential division of Robinson's Land Corporation. We're all about condominiums, beautiful, well-designed condominiums. We are a division of Robinson's Land Corporation.